Hi everyone, this video is on exercise 9J question 8. So we have an electrically charged body which loses its charge q coulombs at a rate measured in coulombs per second, proportional to its charge. Write down the differential equation in terms of q and t, where t is the time in seconds since the body has started to lose its charge. So it's another question on forming differential equation. And first of all, as I showed in the previous videos, the first step is just, identifying what is the rate. In this case, the rate is basically the rate of charge per second, right? So what that means for us is that charge is shown with Q and T is obviously time. So this is about the Q by dt, because it's about the rate that the charge loses its charge basically, and an electrically charged body loses its charge. So that's the rate. That's what dq dt means. For the next step, which is about identifying what should be written in the right hand side, because the left hand side is probably the easier part. It's just identifying the rate. The right hand side is identifying what quantities should be written. And in this case it says this is basically proportional to the charge q. So as soon as we see proportionality, we can then first write down the symbol of proportionality. Now we need to figure out, it says it's proportional to q, so we write down q. But we should be careful, because when we see proportionality, it doesn't necessarily mean that we just need to copy and paste that main variable from the question and move on, because sometimes there are some other things that we should note, like this question, which says that this question is about when this body loses its charge. So when it says loses its charge, that's basically saying that as the time goes, you lose more, the body loses more charge, which means there should be negative q here. So this negative is just because this question is about losing charge. And as a result of that, if you want to write this with a constant of proportionality, you write this as my dq by dt is minus k times q. So that's basically the differential equation for this question. And yeah, the question is obviously simple, but this part that has negative is a part that can be because these things are very common, especially in the exam pressure. It's very common to just for a second kind of not note the meaning of lose here and just write kq as usual, because normally we don't have negatives in most questions. Okay, that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.